Hey, Scrapper Names fans, I'm up with a new process video. This very cute 12 by 12 layout with a cut file, documenting two very funny photos of my daughter back at our old house, working from home, the views you see when you look out the window. So one side is a picture of her, I think it's normal face, and the other is with it smooshed up against my window. It was pretty funny. She's a bit of a nutter. So I decided to give this background paper, pattern paper, a go. I found it a little daunting when I first saw it in my kit because it's very, very busy. Very busy. But I think it's from the Jen Hadfield Stardust. I think it's super cute, and actually I thought a lot was cute papers from this collection. Might be one I need to look at getting some more of. But yes, I did find it very daunting. There's lots of pictures, lots of things. But I thought I would give it a go using a cut file. Now, I don't actually back the cut file. I pop the back, you'll see, I put the cut file on this paper, and it just works, I feel. It just certainly documents the crazy that is my daughter. So just using some scrap pattern paper to back my photos. Now I've backed them together, and then as you can see, I'm just trimming it down and making them two separate. I wasn't going to initially, but I felt that it looked better with them separated as opposed to joint together. Kind of differentiates them a little bit more. I don't know if I add any other background paper, but I'm sure we'll find out. I do. I add some more pops of colour to it. Not so much pulling from the photo for colours, because it's quite a neutral sort of photo. She's got her school uniform on, which has a bit of blue, a bit of green in it, but it doesn't sort of stand out. So it gave me a bit of flexibility around what colour paper I would use. There's blues in the background paper, which is perfect. So yeah, matting these onto this as we go. Now, as for where the cut file came from, I actually can't tell you what that is because I can't remember. I did a big batch of cutting a little while back. That was some of my Kitaholic kits ones that come each month, along with, I just went through the Silhouette Studio. I have a Cameo 4 and picked some ones that I really liked, and I have a bit of an old scrapbooking album that I'm using to store my cut files in. So I do try and every now and again do a bit of a batch cooking session or batch cutting session and pop them in there, knowing in my head what I like. Some of it was I knew what I was scrapping. So when I was working on my niece's album, I did a lot of baby type ones, family type stuff. And yeah, now it's just kind of whatever tickles my fancy, really, and playing around on the Silhouette. Still not great with the Silhouette, but, you know, compared to other scrappers who know the ins and outs and how to do all the different things. But it works for me. The simplicity for now. Adding another layer of colour to my photo mat. And as you can see, they don't jump off the page. Don't make the photos jump off the page, but that's okay. It just gives them a nice coloured border. So as you could see then, that cut file also had the really gorgeous butterfly in the middle. And I was contemplating when I first set this layout up how I would use it, but it just wouldn't. So I'm going to leave the butterfly for a different layout. Alright, slight lighting change, slight costume change in my jammies there. I'm guessing I started this layout one afternoon and then came back to finish it that night. Just fiddling around with placement. I think I've stuck my cut file down. I may have done that before I turned the camera off before, just so it would stick, and then it was all sorted. So got myself some craft foam here. Love the adhesive craft foam that you can get from Spotlight here in Australia. Just takes the fuss out of having to double adhere both sides of the tape of the foam. So I've popped those photos up, just to raise them up off the busy background a bit more, give them a bit more focus. And now I'm coming in with these Polaroid die cuts, whatever you want to call them. I, again, got these in a kit and was like, So I've challenged myself to use these in different layouts. I get a little bit stuck. I don't know about anyone else, but when I see a product, sometimes I get a little bit sort of, the black and white of it is, it needs to be used like documenting a movie or, something like that. And I don't go to the movies that often. So, yeah, I had to make it work. Just using it as, I guess, almost like a layering piece. For this bottom, you'll see what I play around with shortly. So I do like that the big gaps in it, you can still see what's underneath. It's not like a block, so that I find is, I actually kind of like them for that. Love these gold thickers. And whilst they're a themed kind of one, like thickers, I have managed to use them for all different sorts of layouts, just piecing different words together and things like that. So just popping my title down, which is called Hello, Love Ya. Which is a very typical phrase in my household. Now I've got my printables and just going to fussy cut a few bits and pieces out. This heart was too solid, so I play around with a few things to go in it, and you'll see at the end what I end up putting in there. But I just couldn't convince myself to leave it as a block of white like that. So, you could always use this cut file and use like coloured cardstock for it. That would be really nice, and then you would have like a block, like coloured heart, which could also be really cool as well. So just popping down some little word bits. And again, because the background is so colourful, I really had the whole colour palette to play with as to what I added on there. It was really good that way. Now, pulling out some giant ephemera pieces, I think these are a bit of Vicky Boutin. I'm not sure what collection, but playing around with some larger sort of pieces. I actually don't know if the camera stays. I didn't want to block too much of the cut file. That was my thing, I remember. Going with one of these cut aparts. Now, my little girl, she loves cats. So this one was also perfect because in the middle of the little flower wreath there is a picture of a cat. So it's very perfect for her. A bit of documenting the everyday, I guess. As I said, it was just some random moment of her coming up to my window whilst I was working. I look up and she pulls a funny face. She squishes her face against the window, which was funny. She can be a bit crazy. Right, just adhering down these pieces. I can't remember. I don't feel there's lots of embellishing on this. Just a few. I don't even think I do much in the way of clustering, to be honest, because I think it's busy enough. I guess we're going to find out. So let me know, are you a cameo, silhouette, cricket, cut file peep? If you are, how do you find it? Do you use it much? I have phases with mine. I will, as I said, have been going through the process of like batch cutting, or I'll have a need for something and so I might cut a few at a time. But yeah, let me know. Do you like your cutting machine? What do you use it for? Do you use it just for cut files and scrapbooking, or do you make decals with it? There's so many things that can be made with it, but I think I've tried decals for one of my sister's baby showers, and they worked actually fairly well. A few failed attempts, but generally worked, got the job done, which was good. Oh, the camera makes it on. There you go. So maybe maybe I do get a little embellishment happy. Using up some of these stickers. I like these stickers. They're quite bright. They've got some great little sentiments on them. I do wish that there was more icons and things on it. But otherwise, love them. So I think I'm just adding some little word stickers or phrase stickers on. Oh, back to the sticker sheet. Come on, AIM. Let the sticker sheet go. No, thinking. Make a decision, girl. What are you doing? Yep, tapping the fingers. Can't figure out. Yep, put it down. Walk away. There we go. Yep, I think I'm just looking to see if there's any more I want to add. I add this circle bit, as you can see, just jotting in my journaling, which really, as I said, it's just documenting a random everyday moment. So not a huge story to tell, but the story of our family life, really. Tap, tap, tap. Thinking. Does it need something else? Of course, some sprinkly, glittery bits. So this has been in my stash for ages. It's a Chamel enamel icon dots, whatever. So I'm just adding some of those on. I like the colours. They're nice, soft, but bright sort of colours. Just adding them around. It looks like I've added a little button or something there as well. I must have done that. Oh yeah, 2 little buttons, wood buttons from the I think it's a Maggie Holmes collection. So there you go. I do add some clustering in. Yep, I even surprised myself, peeps. Now, see, can't leave the white heart. It was just too stark. It was too white. I just didn't feel it fitted very well. Now, getting out the stamps. Don't know about anyone else, but want to use stamps more, but never do. I have stamps sitting on my desk to remind me to use them. Never do. Well, never, shouldn't say never, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, just going to use, as you can see, my Stays On ink. It's pretty much the black ink that I will pretty much always reach for. I do have another ink that goes in my couch scrapping. I can't remember what it is now. Versamark. One of them. Because I know that I'm not going to, it's not going to have mixed media or anything on it, I guess. But this one always stays on my desk. Just adding some little ghosting, stamping there. And then I do add, I think it's an XO stamp to it. And then I think it is all completed. So not completely covering up the heart, but kind of just dulling it down a little bit by adding these black stamping into it. As I said, to me it just seemed far too stark on the page. Go back and fix that. No, I'll leave it faint. There you go. Leave it ghosted. And I think we are all completed, my friends. I think it got to a point there where I was like, okay, AIM, just done. Call it done and walk away. Because I think I was going to try and keep adding bits to it, which would be just stupid. But anyway, so there you go. A great way to use a very busy background. Well, lots of colours, lots of icons and things on it. And I do love the way it turned out. It is perfectly crazy, just like my little girl, and perfect to document these photos. So thank you so much again for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will see you very shortly for another video. Thanks.